Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We here at the channel are continuing in our series of videos with respect to education, information, inspiration, guidance, advice. And I want to point out a verse in early on in Dvarim, in Deuteronomy, chapter 4:32, where Moses is addressing the Jewish people. And he says, "Inquire now regarding the early days, from the day when God created man on earth. Has there ever been anything like this great thing, or has anything like it ever been heard?" He's talking about the revelation at Sinai. Has there ever been anything like this before in the history of the world? Has anything like this happened? It's got to be unique. Never happened to anybody else. Ask around. Check the other civilizations. It never happened. Where God took a nation from another one, rescued them with signs and miracles, with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, all that stuff. It's unique. And it was Rav Nisan Alpert who offers an anecdote in explaining this pasuk, this verse. Now, I've heard several versions of this story. I don't know whether it's based on something that actually happened or whether it's just something that's used as an example. I myself first heard it from Rabbi Skobak. So what I'll do is I'll say the way Rav Alpert says it, or Rav Alpert says this, and then I'll say the way I heard it through Rabbi Skobak. It was a lawyer, a Jew, who was standing in front of a magistrate or a judge, and he was going to present the Chofetz Chaim as a witness, and he was telling them about this person. He's a great man, he's a great scholar, he's very well respected, miracles happen, he's a genius, and he gives away some of the miracles that happened that are attributed to the Chofetz Chaim. The magistrate, the judge, is extremely skeptical, to say the least, and he brushes all these things aside, and he refuses to believe all of the stories. The lawyer hears the disdain in the judge's voice, and he looks at the judge and he says, "My lord, if the stories about the great Chofetz Chaim are not true, then why do they not relate such stories about you? We must therefore assume that the stories are true." The story, as I heard it from Rabbi Skobak, very similar. The lawyer goes in front of the judge. The judge says, "Come on. Do you actually believe that these stories really happen? Seriously?" And the Jew, the lawyer, said, "My lord, I don't know if they're true. But I do know this. They're not telling stories like this about me. And they're not telling stories like this about you. They're all telling it about him. There's got to be something there. I think they're true." This is what the Torah is saying to us. This is what Moses is telling us 3,500 years later. If we need some proof of the validity of the revelation, the giving of the Torah, we have to take into account that we're the only nation in the world that's done this. From the history right through, from then till now, the fact that this magnificent occurrence is not attributed to any other generation, in and of itself provides proof of our selection as the chosen people. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back. Please watch. Please learn. And until next time, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.